charging shit to the game we play. I lost them. I think about it all the time. Was it worth what it cost it? Was it worth when you bought it? Did it hurt when you lost it?
What it do, man? You know what I'm saying? We back. It's another one, man. The Modern Kings podcast. It's your boy Marquise Voss, man. Featuring my brothers of the pod.
Keion. Oh, man, you know I'm
Tree.
Tree. AKA, we call him Trey.
Right.
But nah, man. Today is another good episode, man. We blessed to be back, man. It feel good to be back. We got a lot of content coming out. But today we got a special guest, you know what I'm saying? Another brother who been, we've been supposed to have him on the pod for a while now, you know what I'm saying? Long overdue. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta give this brother his flowers real quick, not to interrupt you, Keith.
Yeah, hey, this your boy, man. I'm gonna let you do
Yeah,
the
man,
honors.
this is my guy. He used to be a YN.
No.
He used to be a YN. He only 16 years old, but
All right.
nah, it's slam. But you gotta give this guy his flowers, man, because man, it's one of the most disciplined guys I know. Young guys at that, bro.
Yep.
So like, bro, I'm just proud of the brother right here, man. How much he just elevated his life. So shout out my brother.
Another Drake fan.
Another Drake fan.
Okay, that's good. Hey, let's go, bro.
Another Drake fan, Deairiss.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah.
My name is Deairiss Wilson. First of all, I'm a follower of Christ. I'm also a percussionist, and I got background in sales. So, and I'm happy to be here with y'all fellas. So, yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, dog.
Said
How
you're
it feel,
percussionist.
man? Wait, what you say?
He say he's a percussionist.
Okay.
No, I play the drums, so.
I don't know. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, y'all see how I code switch?
Every day.
Y'all see how I code switch? He wasn't just talking like
telling
this
you,
before
bro.
the camera.
I'm telling you,
he
bro. I'm
used
telling
to
you,
be a
I
YN.
goes with you.
Wait. So what is that? What
He
is
was a
that?
kill
What is-
boy.
What is what?
You said percussionist.
A percussionist, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
Like, the percussion is, there's a lot of percussion instruments, but drums, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
they be playing xylophones,
Oh.
the little bell that you ding. It's a percussion instrument. There's a lot of percussion.
basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anything you can hit.
That makes sense. Oh, okay. Hey, let's go, bro.
Yeah, my boy is almost like Nick Cannon.
Basically, yeah. No, I was in drumline. I was a drumline captain.
I heard
Hey.
Nick Cannon can't play the drums for real.
I was just saying that 'cause it was a-
crazy, though.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I was in drumline. I was drumline too in high school.
I want.
I played
Um,
quads.
I don't know if we had the
Yeah,
drum
too.
line.
Is that the?
The one
all
with
the
multiple.
heads,
No,
yeah.
quads, 4 drums.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yep, I played the same thing.
I don't want.
Right now, I'm starting to play for my church too.
I don't
So
want.
I'm doing different things like that.
Okay,
So,
wait. What church you go to?
so I go to Evolve, and then I go to
Okay.
I can't even say the name.
Okay.
But yeah, I go to those two churches. Though.
Okay. Bet. For sure, man. But yeah, though, how I feel, man. So you said this your first time ever on a pod?
Yeah, this is my first time on the podcast. Yeah,
Okay. Hey, let's go, bro. I'm
Yeah,
glad you
man.
could, pull up, man. What you was gonna say, Keon?
Oh, I was just saying
Oh, okay,
that's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, man. You already know how we do it, man. We gonna go around, do a mental health check-in, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off, man. Today I'm feeling pretty good out of 10. I would say I'm feeling really like a 10. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm feeling good, probably like an 8 or a 9. But yeah, I'm feeling good today, man. You know what I'm saying? Real positive energy. The sun is out. I feel like Superman getting my powers from the sun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, got my boys in here. Troy, how you feeling? Checkers. But okay. Yep. Amen. But yeah, man. So
Had
that's
the
how I'm
checkers.
feeling.
He had a checkers mondo. Yeah,
Yeah.
he feeling great. His body all right.
Yep. And just had some chips,
For now.
man. So I'm feeling pretty smooth, dog. What about you, Keion?
I'm at about 9.5.
Okay.
Would have been 10, but Lakers lost. So I'm a little
Yeah.
upset
Man, they
about that.
disappointed me last night, man. It was-
Yeah. But I'm happy. I'm happy and sad at that because Randall hooped, dog. Randall, one of my guys. But Lakers lost. We gonna get next game. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. The sun out. Feels good outside. So
It feel good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Trey?
I'm all right. I'm decent. I'm probably 70. Got a lot of
like a-
extra
like a
stuff
7?
going on. I'm feeling a lot of pressure from certain areas, but that's something I don't really get to feel. So I feel like God just on me a little bit. 'Cause I don't be feeling pressure by too much stuff.
Yeah. I
Stuff-
already know.
like
Yeah.
everything got to be up on top of me for me to feel pressure, which kind of it is right now. But I'm looking up, everything looking up. I
Okay.
feel like the rest of this year is gonna go the
Would
way
you say
I want it to.
you feeling better now than you have on the last 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is looking up from there. So I started
Okay.
the year kind of hard. I'm kind of still coming back from everything.
Right.
but
Okay.
I feel like I'm all right.
Man, what about you, D, man? How you feeling, man? Oh yeah, turn the mic to a little bit, like twist it.
this?
Yep, right there.
Mind you, my mic falling a little bit.
Oh yeah, we might have to have it. All right. Hey Troy, can you help him out?
Is it a knob on the joint?
He said, "Help me."
Like it's this little.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you gotta,
Troy
you gotta
got you.
tighten that joint.
Mind you, it's not even.
Yep, that's what we
He's
got.
up. There you go.
The media person for.
We ain't never had a reel before, but oh my god.
Oh yeah, probably might have to do it like that, yeah. And then y'all just kind of turn it to the right angle for him, Troy, so that way he'll be good. Like like bring it in,
Yeah,
y'all.
he just been turning it back.
Yeah, go, yep,
Yeah.
yep. Keep going, yep. That way it's kind of, yep,
Like, All right, now we good.
yep.
We already
Turn it in a
good.
little more though, or like swing it, yep. Keep, yep, right there, yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
And then once Troy sit back down, we'll be good. Make sure you good, focused up and all that. All right, yep. So, but yeah. What about you, D? How you feeling, man?
I'll probably say I'm a smooth 8.5. You know,
Okay.
85%. You know,
Okay.
today in general, I'm feeling good. I'm in positive spirits. Of course, you got external things going on in life, but you push past those things, and but overall today, it's always room for improvement.
Okay.
Still young, and I'm happy to be here, man. I'm ecstatic to be here. So, yeah,
Okay.
I give it a good 8.5.
Okay. Hey, for sure, man. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, I'm glad everybody feeling good, man. Yeah, cause like I said, especially even on the way here, man, I was feeling real motivated. And one of the things I was praying on before I got here is for 3 things for us to really be able to do with this podcast is develop more consistency, productivity, and efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Like them being like the 3 key things I'm really like praying on, especially after the momentum we done had from the behind the scenes editing the last couple ones and really kind of getting it down packed. I feel like we really starting to master the you know what I'm saying, like really that like our flow, you know what I'm saying, getting our identity down packed. So especially with the summertime, I really want to get like a lot more content out and just, keep it going, man. So I appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's one of the things that I always tell y'all about consistency.
Yeah, no, yeah,
for
that's-
real.
yeah.
Keion to tell you, man.
Yeah.
We just had that phone call not too long ago.
Yeah.
Like, man, we want to
Yeah.
see more. We want to see more episodes, and just
Yeah.
telling y'all about the importance of this podcast is that you don't know who's on the other side. You know what I mean? And some things that
I'm telling them
you don't know who's on the other side, and it could be an ear that really needs to hear what we saying. A bunch of group of men, speaking knowledge, and a bunch of group of black men too speaking knowledge, and so.
And I feel like that's another thing that God brought us all together for, because again, Trey was doing it too.
Yep.
So like Trey was one of the first ones. Both of y'all was the
Yeah,
first ones
man.
really
That's why I
pushing
appreciate
us.
y'all, dog.
So like we needed that heavy. But to give y'all a little background information on how I know Deairiss is, we used to work together, and like everybody we worked with, you get certain relationships with different people and stuff, just like based on how they is and their mindsets and all that. So me and Deairiss was becoming close with that because I knew like he thought different. Him, Darian, Quinn, a lot of my guys that I used to work with. In that environment, and then we had another homie who worked with us, Ant, RIP Ant. When he passed away, that brought us even more together. Because that was a hard thing. We both was going through that. We both was close on Ant,
Yep.
so that my brother, he kept me up, during the whole thing. So
Yep.
Man, yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
appreciate you for that.
Yeah, man. No, that's another thing too about having y'all on here, man, because y'all definitely, both of y'all was the main ones, like really holding us accountable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the beautiful part about what we doing too is like, it's like we kind of like also like learning in real time and kind of like practicing a lot of the stuff, in real time. And that'd be the best feeling, dog. Is, you called us, was like, hey man, what's going on? And that kind of, because we be needing that too, even though we've been doing it for a while. It's like we still need that push and that motivation and that like reminder to stay in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we we kept our word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After that call, we was like, all right, bet we finna lock in,
Yeah.
sharpen up. I'm gonna hit you back soon. And look, a couple
Now we
weeks
here.
later.
And
you
my
know
boy
what I'm
was just sending me random clips, just motivational clips, It's not, he wasn't sending me messages like, what's the word? Let's go out club and let's do this and that. He was sending me motivational stuff, when the next one coming out, when he called me, he was always like, when the next one coming out, and he'll tell me his feedbacks from the episodes. Like he watched them from beginning to end, and he said he wanted more. Like I think one of our first episodes was like an hour 30 or whatever, and he said he felt like it wasn't long enough. We felt like that was too long. Then he was upset when I told him like, we cut down some of our other episodes, for a certain time, for a certain attention span. And he was like, hey man, I need it all. Woo, pause.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was crazy.
Whoa, wait a minute.
That was different.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, did he? Yeah, he said, hey, I want it all.
Hey, went off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
That's crazy.
what the function at?
What this podcast about? Y'all didn't.
That's
He
crazy.
said Keion meant to say he want more content.
Yeah.
I'm the words.
And, we gonna touch on the topics, but it was about brotherhood. One of the things I wanted to talk about was brotherhood too. And we just kind of said it. Just being there when vulnerable times. When times are good, when times are bad. When we need a little bit of push, I think it's super, super, super important. And it's vital that you have a solid brotherhood. You know what I mean? And, of course, you get your brothers by blood, and you get your brothers that you meet too. Along your journey of life.
Facts.
That's well needed. And I definitely feel like you bent that for me, Keion. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, and that's another thing too. And even one of our first topics we wanted to touch on, kind of tie into what we was talking about, is pretty much like the importance of self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? I know you said it's a real disciplined man right here, man. So, because that's another thing too that we all kind of been like. I feel like that's a really important topic to discuss as men, especially with us having to be the leaders, of our families and lives and relationships and all of that. Us remaining disciplined is important, which is why we'll be talking about even staying disciplined with the podcast and keeping that up and, walking in our purpose, for what God really, intended for us to do. And that's another one of them things too that I personally been like, kind of been going through and having like reflections on, because I've been kind of going through my rough patches as well. But now that I done kind of came out of them rough patches, I've been realizing like discipline is super important, especially when you going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was another thing. I know you've been kind of talking about that too. It's like, when we feel like it's the end of the world, niggas don't be want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Be like, man, I ain't even really. It'll kind of throw you off, but you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I've been really like meditating on, is like really doing our form of like ministry with this podcast and really getting the word out there to the men, and having different conversations and bringing on different guys, because it's like that safe space, especially here in the city of Milwaukee. You ain't really got that like that, content wise. It's all over YouTube, but I feel like the more I know we supposed to be doing this, so that's why even me from my own, I know we all leaders in the group, but I've been looking at it from my own perspective, like just want to sharpen up on holding myself more accountable and staying more disciplined. So that's been my main thing that I really been like focusing on, is like really getting that word out to the people, man, and really encouraging them for that motivational stuff, man. So.
And one of the first things that I have noticed about discipline is there's one thing that comes first, that was with me, and from the outside looking in, you could correct me if I'm wrong, Deairiss, that I seen with him, is the first key to discipline is self-love. So I noticed the more you start valuing your self-love, the more you start becoming disciplined on certain things that you won't allow yourself to go through. So with me, the injuries and stuff, like when I start feeling more and more self-love and how I was looking, how I was feeling, that's when I started becoming more and more disciplined, where it was like, oh, I'm not doing certain things because it made me feel, not so much. So again, all of my discipline comes from self-love. And again, from the outside window looking in, I'm not going to say too much. I noticed that with Deairiss too. Once he started valuing his self-love, he started becoming disciplined and started doing little things like, man, he went overboard with it, man. He got certain situations. He got better job, better car, better this, better that. Hey, I'm really proud of the dude, because like I felt like I really watched him, like, from working together, and he started elevating after he got out of a certain situation. He just kept on elevating, and that made him even more disciplined, like with the things he was doing. I'm like, all right. So that's one thing I feel.
Okay, I like that, man. What about you, Trey, man? What's some like when you think about self discipline based on your personal experience? What's some things that come to mind?
Um, I think. Well, I'm not gonna say as men. I'll say as myself. Uh, the mission is always at the forefront for me when it comes to anything. So I feel like when you always thinking about the mission and the end goal and where you going, where you trying to go, what it's gonna take to get there, self discipline is a must. So it's kind of just part of it. It's a part of it that you can't kind of discount because otherwise you won't get where you're trying to go. You won't. I won't complete my mission. If I'm in a space to where I feel like I won't complete my mission doing this, this will make me complete my mission slower. This will completely hinder me from getting to where I'm supposed to go. This is stopping me from completing the task that I'm supposed to be completing to be in ordinance with my mission. Then I'm in the wrong spot, and that's where the discipline come in. So that's really what it is for me.
Okay, I like that, man.
One thing I would like to add is, something that's really important is, your mindset with, as you were saying, discipline, but also your mindset. Keion was saying, getting out of certain situations, it does become a time where you just shift. You have to have that shift to where, like, hey, you need to do this. You know what I mean? You need to do this. You need a better life. You know what I mean? You need a better life for yourself. And I think that was one of the biggest things with me, where it just kind of shifted, where it's like, yo, Deairiss, you need a better life. Like, you gotta take upon. We're all pretty young. Y'all kind of old, but we're relatively we're all pretty young.
Yeah.
Relatively, we
Wow.
are pretty young, and in your 20s, it's the foundation years.
Right.
It's the years that you got to take serious, that you got to make some type of plan.
And a lot of our generation don't know that. That's what's crazy. And you go on social media and you hear these people speak, and it's fuck off your 20s. Basically, is the message.
Yep.
That's basically what they tell everybody to do. Go date any and everybody, smash any and everybody, do any and anything. Waste all your money. Don't save your money. Like, and they ain't gonna tell you that verbatim. That's what they promoting. Go to the club as many times as you want. Take a bunch of trips you really can't afford because you ain't got nothing to your name for real. No assets, no property, no nothing. Yeah. But go ahead, go to Barracuda or wherever the hell you trying to go, and waste your money away. Like, but I like the word you use, foundational. That's a building term. Like when you building up a house, you start at the foundation. When you're building up anything, you start at the foundation of it. And your 20s, those are the beginning years of your adulthood. That is when you should be creating the space for you to build upon. So,
no, facts, and I think that's important too, man. Even with y'all saying that, because that made me think about it. Like, to your point, like, nowadays, social media, they do promote that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go crazy in your 20s. Just have fun, and you know what I mean. Just do whatever you can, which is important. Yeah. But one of the more like advanced things that I've seen recently is that it's actually supposed to be reversed, because that's what the generations before us did. Yeah. And that's why when you get older, you ain't really got nothing.
I say that all the time.
Now you behind. You might be in your 30s. It'd be a lot of people, in a late 30s or 40s just getting started.
Yeah.
Just starting to do, now I got to work on my credit. Now I got to save money. But it's like, that's because, we was always programmed to just go crazy. But it's like, we actually supposed to do it in reverse and take advantage and build the foundation in your 20s, so that way by the time we get to 30s and 40s and beyond, we could have that
I
fun.
I feel like as men we know that.
Yeah.
I feel like as men we know that. Like, I'm real sick and tired of niggas acting dumber than they really are. Like, I feel like we know that. Yeah. Women get us up off that.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not your woman, like, social media, that's a topic or a theme that's carried on by women.
Yeah.
They the ones that want to do all this extravagant stuff in your 20s.
So that'll make a man
They the ones that want the men that got all the money so that they can do all this extravagant stuff in their 20s, so they can pay for it. And it's like, and they get us off that. The wrong woman or the wrong women are seeing the wrong women because they look good or whatever will get us up off of that. And that's why it does work backwards. I'm heavy on, even with my lady, I tell her, like, bro, I can wait till 50 to do this. Like, it's so many different things that just show you on social media the dumbest ways to spend your first 10 G's, your first 20 G's, your first 30 G's. Like, these girls getting their first 10 G's that they ever had at one time in their life and going to get BBLs.
Yeah, that's wild.
They first 10 G's they've ever touched at one time, ever had accumulated in their hand at one time, going to bleed. Yeah. Legitimately. Or they first 10 G's going to wherever. Yeah, a trip. It don't matter. A trip. Bro, I'm trying to build to where I have multiple sets of 10 G's to where I can do this at 50 multiple times in a year, be comfortable. My kids got something on top of that. Yeah. They got college. I can buy my kids cars on their 16th birthdays, all of that. I'm building for them. And then the thing about it is, a lot of the people that don't want to be building the foundations at the age we trying to build the foundations have kids. Right. Yeah. I don't understand that. Like, that's never made sense to
that's
me.
Another.
If you have, I don't care if it was your plan to have kids. I don't care if you want to be living like your kids should be your number one priority. You shouldn't have had the kids. Yeah. If you have kids, you have kids, whether it was an accident or not. That's it. Yeah. That's the goal at this point. Like,
building for them. You
have a choice to really fuck off your 20s if you don't have kids. It's still stupid. It's still stupid then because you still got to live after that. But you have a choice and it makes a little more sense. Yeah. But after these people done had kids, you still want to think like you think. That's weird to me.
And then that's how you create them generational curses of the broken homes and the parents that's teaching their kids the wrong stuff and to where you kind of grow up with that you grow up that same mentality to where now once you get money, you just spending it or you spend it on stuff that because you ain't never been taught. You supposed to save it, and that's another one of them things to where I feel like that's another reason why I love our platform a lot too, is because I feel like we a part of that generation that's breaking that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting into the more entrepreneurial spirit and the business like minded, creating a foundation and like really being mature. Because, when we was growing up, we was seeing all that same stuff. When we was, young niggas, teenagers and all of that, we used to think, oh, shoot, once we get to them 20s, we finna go crazy. Yeah. But now that you live, and now that we living, it's like, it ain't that sweet. It's like, you can do it here and there.
When you come into that,
it's not, it's not realistic to do it.
You see how long all of this success take to get, like, to
and because we look up to the, especially the black culture, right? Celebrities and the artists and the athletes, we think, we seeing them same people, at that age going crazy, especially nowadays. You got Cost and that, Speed, all of them.
But when you think about the ones with the most longevity and the ones that have built up the most and accumulated the most success and assets, the ones that are known to have that, Jay-Z, Kanye, The Rock, as far as if we talking about celebrities, like that we seen like, from their 20s, building up to where they at now in they early 50s.
Started young in the game, even like a Will Smith, another one.
20s. 18, 19, 20 years old, building up to where they've come now.
Now they got ownership. You know what I'm saying? Versus like when they get to their 50s, they not still working. They more independent at that age than they was when it looked like it was, because that's what everybody, they go for the look to the point of what you were saying.
And it ain't a status thing, because even the rich 20-something year old that fucked off their money, them be the celebrities that we see broke in their 40s complaining about whatever deal they had or whatever they didn't get paid for this movie or blah blah blah. The ones that we see doing that was the ones we seen party in the tabloids. Like they did this. Atlantic did this to my deal, and I didn't get paid for these. These royalties ain't come to me. They won't sell me my masters.
All the rappers and
most of them people is the ones we seen in the tabloids at the clubs and the videos.
And they was splurging all the cars, in the videos.
When did you see Jay-Z going crazy? With his bread at a young age. When did you see The Rock going like crazy with his bread? Like these people that we know to own companies, to own entities.
No, facts. And I feel like that's the mentality too, that we as men gotta really develop that longevity and that ownership mindset, because it's like, that's another thing too. I personally resonate with that the most, because me being a business owner, I've been, especially since we graduated high school, I've been blessed to be a full-time entrepreneur. So it's like me, I ain't got no way around it. So that's why it's like I live it every day, to where if I don't go, me and Troy was just talking about this yesterday, like, if you don't do nothing, you done for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like it's really like that all around as a man. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's why conversations like these is important, because it's like we really got to develop that, and then, like, to your point, I even kind of personally been reflecting on this. It affect our dating life too. The type of women we go after. It's like, you know, I've had to reframe that over the years of like the type of woman. I know it's a different. I realize it's a difference between the woman we want and between the woman we need. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like we all would look at a certain type of woman, be like, oh, yeah, I want that. But then you get up close and be like, damn, that ain't really.
You gotta get a
really
woman
like
that understands. Like they have to truly understand. Like I'm kind of really now. I've always known, but I'm really now like seeing like they have to understand. Like it's not even an option.
Yeah,
they have to understand.
To understand what, as far as like who you are or what you need. You saying?
No, they have to understand where we are at this age. If they this age and we this age, they have to understand that
it's not gonna
that
be,
gotta wait.
Yeah,
that is that's on the back burner right now. Like we're building. We have to build. You can't build if we keep like pushing it away every time we get something.
Yeah.
And
we're trying to jump to get the flashes.
Yeah, because when you get to the point where you love a woman, you will do anything for her, and it's easy to get trapped and get caught in the point to where you're doing it just to be making somebody happy.
Right. When
you setting yourself back, you making a harder life for yourself at 40, 45, 50, 55. Like we supposed to be retired when we get in our 60s and stuff. I see so many 60s, 70s people working part time, whatever. Because they have to at this point. But it's like it begs the question. Though I feel sorry for them, it begs the question: what did you do?
Right.
What did you do when you had the mobility and the brain power and the years left in your life to actually be doing this work that you're doing now?
Yep. And that'd be sad to where they get to that age and have a lot of regret. You know what I'm saying? And kind of be, you know, miserable at certain jobs, and you know what I'm saying. To where it's like, you know, that's the sad part. What you was gonna say?
And another thing the young community lacks is that dog in them, like that mentality. Like I feel like I have a pretty healthy balance where like I'll stay up from time to time. I went out once or twice, but it don't stop me from going to work. Like I don't care if I work. I don't care if I'm out until I got work in another hour. I'm still gonna go to work and I'm still gonna hit the gym. So it's like I'm still going because I still got that dog in me.
Where we've been like that since kids.
As kids are like, bro, like
just
even
like if you can stay up late on the game, you can still go to school the next morning.
He's gonna be tired, but it's like I'm okay with the decisions that I made. Like I'm tired, but I'm grown enough to realize that I made that decision. Like, like, and I know the effects it's gonna have, but I'm still gonna do it. Like, you know, ain't nothing for to stop me from working because the bills are gonna keep coming. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from going to the gym because hey, I'm still out lifting people. So so it's just that hunger in me is that you know, and like y'all said, is I'm building for the future. That's why I keep going. So like, it don't matter how tired I am, I ain't never feel like I'm gonna call in today. But nah, I'm building for the future. I'm building for to stop working. In the aspect. So
building to stop working.
And that's another thing. Like where discipline come, like, and that's why with discipline and self love, those things was easy for me because I knew I was working towards. Again, so like I never lost sight of that. Like there was a moment where I kicked into another gear. And that was when my homie Ant passed away because you know he was younger than me. He was another guy. I seen like how disciplined he was, where he wanted to start hitting the gym with me. So we started going to the gym together. I was training him. We had multiple deep conversations on things he wanted to start, things he was into and stuff. And it's just, you know, we was really like, all right, I see where his head at. And like, what was he, like 20, 21, 19 when he passed? Yeah, he was like 19 when he passed. So just seeing all this stuff from a 19-year-old, for to go back to school. He was really talking about going back to college because, you know, these are all the things he want to do because he's seen the older people that we worked with. He's like, I ain't trying to be like that. Right. So, and I seen how motivated he was and how much hunger he had. And it's just for him to pass away out the blue. Like, you know, it was a shocking death. So that kicked me into another gear that, you know, I need to keep going, you know.
What you just said, though, take me back to what I just said in the beginning. Like, I'm so sick of people acting stupider than they are.
Yeah.
Because certain types of awareness to me should be second nature. What you just said, he said he's seen the older people that y'all used to work with where they were and said I didn't want to live like them. We get those previews every day. Yeah. All of us got family members, people we see at stores, people we see working in certain spots, people we see at the 60, 65, 70-year-olds that I'm talking about. We see them still working, trying to push through at Walmart at the register. We see that, and for some reason, there's not enough of us that say I don't want to be like that when I get to that age. For some reason, a lot of people just see that and move along with their day, like, and don't think deeply into that and think.
One of the things that hurts me the most with seeing older people like that is that the what's the word I'm looking for? The potential. Like, dog, we didn't like. There's some older guys we didn't work with that could be running their own company.
Man,
we thinking
Right
about the
away.
same guy.
right away.
Right, like, dog,
Yeah.
this one of the guys that me and him work with, like, just his mentality, his hustle, like, he's busting stuff down, and I'm like, bro, you giving all your life to this, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no,
if
you could have run laps.
yeah, if you
know
like
what
went
I
more
mean?
into
What you
yourself,
here
like,
for?
bro, like
And then,
the potential in some of the guys we didn't see, and not even just with the older guys, like guys in our own age group, like, bro, we work with a lot of guys with a whole lot of potential, and I feel like everybody just need to hit their wall or just get that shock to them where it's like, oh yeah, I need to get serious. You can't force that on everybody. So
And
Yeah.
then, I'm sorry to get unserious real quick. We got to run the cameras back because Keion said he can outlift people. Then he looked my way. I don't know what that was all about. I took that a little personal. So
I just
maybe
want
we
you
got
to
to go to the gym after this or something like
Hey,
that.
we got to do a
but,
gym episode.
yeah, I just want you to remember, dog.
he said, yeah,
Yeah, we can do
I'm
some
still
gym BTS.
outlifting people.
Yeah.
What was that all about? Like,
Now that they
you
just
know
said
what I
that,
mean?
man, we gonna make it official, man. We gonna make this a gym episode spinoff.
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
'cause
yeah,
my
I
boy,
like
you ain't
that.
got a
I
little
like
bigger,
that. I
dog.
like
You-
that. Yeah, you know,
I be seeing you,
it's
but,
been a
hey, I
little
just
while.
wanted you
It's
to
been a little
remember.
while. Oh yeah, yeah.
I just want you to remember
I was
that.
like, what? I'm like,
You hitting the gym on a regular?
yeah. I hit the
Okay.
gym on a
Yeah, you
regular.
know.
Mind you, I was talking about the 75-day hard. You got to do 2 workouts. So one is a 45-minute indoor workout, and then one is a 45-minute outdoor.
Okay.
I don't want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, you say you got to do that every day?
for the next 75 days.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
So-
It's a little
Makes
cold
sense.
to be taking 45 minutes
Mind
outside.
you, though, if you put a jacket on, you put a hoodie on. I usually hit the track. You around this time. You know what I mean? It's kind of 50, 60. So you not. Like,
You hit the track and you running. I get it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
it's-
speaking
yeah.
on discipline, so go more into that. Explain what you're doing.
Oh yeah, 75-day hard. So I did it last year. So it's fitness and it's a mental kind of challenge. It's 5 key rules. The key rules are the first rule is that you do 2 workouts. Indoor and outdoor workout, and then you drink 2 gallons of water. And then you progression picks 10 pages of a book. I feel like I'm missing one. But those
Diet.
are the dynamics.
And
He said diet.
Yeah, you gotta stick to a diet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the diet. Yep, the diet.
Okay.
And you said what it's called now?
75-day hard.
I don't want. Where that concept came from? Where you get that from?
It's been around for a long time.
I want.
Honestly, like, if you look it up, like a lot of people been doing it for a while. I looked into like the origin of it. It was like some rich millionaire to kind of like stay in shape and keep sharp and stuff like that. Made the rules for itself. But again, I did last year. Out there, I felt really rewarded, and obviously you could tell changes in how it was mentally, obviously physically from working out every single day. And also reading, you know what I mean? You start to get into, it's kind of sad to say, but good to say. But last year that was like one of my first times like finishing a book since school for real.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like actually going to page 1 to the end of the book
Right.
since school. You know what I mean? So it's like okay,
Right.
you get into reading a little bit more. Reading is really a sacred time to me too now because it's like okay, that's a time where you can kind of like shut off your phone, shut off social media, and kind of just focus on what you're reading. You know what I mean? And a part of the book too also has to be nonfiction. So I like to read books that's like self-improvement books. It's something I can correlate right into my
I'm
life.
glad it got to be nonfiction.
Yeah,
Cause I don't want to see a nigga doing this reading Naruto. I ain't gonna lie.
like come on, man. Like, you know
I said
what I
I'm
mean?
glad it got to be
Obviously,
nonfiction because I wouldn't want to see a nigga doing this and reading Naruto.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like man, Sasuke and them.
Yeah,
know.
it's good to
I mean,
to
but-
read in general, but
Yeah, to that point, I wouldn't mind someone reading comic books or manga or something.
But
'cause,
at the same
they're
time,
building
though-
their
They can
own
keep that shit.
creativity.
I feel like you could have watched TV, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
That's like you
yeah.
could have.
That's entertainment.
10
Yeah.
episodes of TV.
If this is like a
that was the case.
self-improvement situation, like
Yeah.
I don't want you to be reading it, fiction
Mhm.
entertainment. when they force you to read.
Okay.
Right.
So with this challenge, you say you did last year. So what some or if there's any other habits that you kept with you that you was doing during the 75? So what are some of them?
Right. Like I was just saying, reading. So I started reading a little bit more after that. That kind of forced me to read a whole book. So I was like, okay, reading ain't all that bad. You know what I mean?
Kind of condition your mind and kind of do it more naturally.
It's like
I can't stand books, but I'm an article lover. I like articles.
Of course you could do that. But yeah, so reading a little bit more. Of course, I always kind of been like the workout kind of guy, so that kind of helped me. Working out outside is really nice. Of course, we have pretty harsh winters here in Wisconsin, so you can't really work outside. That's why I start. So every year, I kind of vowed to myself to start on April 17th, just because my favorite number is 17. April is kind of when the weather starts to kick back up. You start to be in your 50s, 60s, where it's durable to kind of run. You know what I mean? So working out, of course, I kept that. Reading my books, I kept that. Drinking water, I kind of started to fall off, but of course, I'm back on now. But you do keep a lot of good habits. Going outside, and so when I say workout, 45 minutes usually what I'm doing, running or jogging, or you just walking around outside for 45 minutes. That's also a nice little time where you can like debrief and hit the sun. Like you said, you got your power from the sun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
So just be in the sun. Kind of have that alone time to walk, debrief, collect your thoughts. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah, it's a lot of good things that I took away from there. Of course, I wasn't doing it as consistently after 75 days, but
right.
It just put you in the mindset to where like, okay, you was doing it every day. You conditioned your body to do it every day. And now I'm back doing it every day. So
for sure. And where did your discipline mindset come from? Have you always been like that? Did you grow up like that, or that's something you more so developed on your own once you became an adult?
I feel like from a young age, I had a really keen sense of self-awareness. Like I knew when I was doing good, I knew when I was doing bad, I knew right from wrong. Of course, my upbringing,
right.
Shout out mom, shout out my dad. They just taught me well to really have a good self-awareness. So I remember right after high school, that's pretty much when real life starts to start, so you can kind of make your own decisions. I don't know if you remember or not, Keion, but I was self-aware to know that I wasn't as disciplined as I wanted to be. That I lacked in certain areas and that I should have done better or need to do better, things like that. So right after high school, my original plan was to go to the military.
I remember that.
The military and stuff like that. Unfortunately at that time, that's just not how I worked out. I'm blind. Y'all can't tell I'm blind. You know what I'm saying? And I had childhood asthma and stuff like that. So that didn't necessarily work out for me the way that I wanted it to. But I was self-aware enough to know like, hey, maybe I need something to push me a little bit.
Did you go and it didn't work out, or they didn't?
So I went through the process. I went to MEPS. MEPS is where you take your test and then you do your medical evaluation and stuff like that. And then I didn't get declined, but I got medically declined, but with stipulations. So like I was sending in paperwork, and then you'll kind of have to wait until like the paperwork come back, and then it was kind of like that process. It was like I just kind of got tired of waiting. You know what I mean?
You just left it alone.
But where that discipline came from, just being super self-aware that like, hey, I need to do better. You know what I mean? I need to do better. That switch where it's like, okay, you need to do better. What can you do to better? Okay, boom. We can't go to the military no more. That's not our plan. You know what I'm saying? Or it was our plan. Like Keion said, man, I had a plan. God had a better one. It's like, okay, what do I do now to become more disciplined? What do I do now to better myself? So I just had to put myself through rigorous challenges and doing things that was outside of my comfort zone to kind of make me grow up. You know what I mean? So I knew I had some growing up to do. And then you get into that mindset shift where it's just like you need to do it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I like that, man. I appreciate you sharing that, bro. Yeah, because that's definitely something that And I think that's another thing too that's like real important is that that self-awareness is one of the like biggest being self-aware is like one of the most important parts of like improving your self-discipline and like self-improvement, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's one of I could resonate with that like since being young, like always been mature for my age, you know what I'm saying? You already know how we was back in the days, middle school, you know what I'm saying? To where it was like I feel like when you got that one key factor, it kind of always how you evaluating yourself every era of your life, you know what I'm saying? So you'd be like you kind of check in versus like you were saying, you don't really be a lot of men that do that because you just want to move with the world and just you're not really. A lot of people, I've learned this too. A lot of men, a lot of men are so active in the world and having fun and doing all the other stuff because they scared to do that self-reflection. You know what I'm saying? They scared to kind of self-evaluate and be like, man, where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? To where we done had them combos too. To where you know what I'm saying? Where you'll be lifting so much and been a sprained your ACL, hooping too much. You know what I'm saying? Because you was hooping too much because you wasn't trying to
Anthony
really sit
Davis.
down. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what we called him.
Hey, it's crazy. They did call me AD. The difference is I ain't missed no games.
So
should have.
he came back.
Should have.
Made you worse.
Yeah. But with Deairiss getting medically declined, I feel like that was a blessing in disguise because like even like when we first met each other, I knew that was like what you was on, and we always had like our little disagreement with that because I was like, I don't think dude supposed to be in the army, like just because not nothing physical or anything, but I was like, dude not supposed to be in the army because like he thinks different, like.
So you saying you saw more in him? Is what
okay. Like bro, I seen a lot in him, even though like he thought himself as being like immature and stuff. I'm like I seen a lot in dude. Like he was like he literally is a YN, but he was like he had a different type of thinking and. Even people he hung around, like one of the biggest things that I applaud him on was the no drinking and no drugs until he was 21. And it's crazy too that you gotta applaud someone on that. But he's been in multiple situations where his guys smoke and his guys drink and everything, and he was just strict to it. Like bro, he had easy ways to get to get to everything. He was just, no like until he turned 21. So. Yeah, so that's just one of the things I applaud him on. So I was like, yeah, when he was talking about him having the asthma, he might not be able to do it. I'm like, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise, bro, because like you're meant to do something way more than the army, and not to talk down on anyone who goes to the army. Me personally, I just don't think that's in.
Everybody entitled to their opinion. Rejection is just redirection and protection. That's what I was taught.
Yeah, by God.
So what your as far as you holding off until you was 21 for certain things, what those habits look like for you now?
Oh, occasion, of course, you know what I mean. It's I waited till I was 21.
But you didn't get into a habit.
No. I'm drunk right now, y'all.
No, he said I'm drunk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like God dang. Gotcha. He said that's a lot of self-discipline.
That get bad, especially in our generation.
Yeah.
They get bad with that for real.
Yeah, all you talking about like with the vices and
habits in general, like everything. I think the pathway to success is based in habits. To be honest, it's just what habits do you have. The pathway to failure is based in habits.
Yep. Everything is habitual.
That's a good line. I like that.
Yeah, no, of course I didn't let that become a habit or anything, and I tried not to be addicted to anything.
Right.
And also this 75-day hard when I decided to do this, so I'm gonna keep doing this every single year that I'm physically capable of doing it, because it's kind of like a detox almost. A detox of all that stuff. Some things that I am kind of addicted to is, some junk food like chips and stuff like that, and energy drinks and
gummy bears.
Like yeah. Like I'm a snacker and stuff like that.
Bro, he used to stay killing them.
For real, he know, for real. So like this is a good detox for me to show like, hey, I can go 3 months without doing these things.
You can get out of it,
even in small things like chips. Like I used to love chips, like just little stuff like that. I used to love chips. And it's like I hadn't went week without chips or anything like that. So it's like when I showed myself last year, like, okay, you know, I thought I couldn't do it without my energy drinks, and it's like, okay, I can. You know what I mean? Like I thought I couldn't do it without getting chips or getting gummy bears or getting my little snacks or whatever. But I can. So it's kind of like that little detox to show myself, like, hey, you are in control. You are in control of what your desires, you know, and things like that. So.
Yeah, the regime is everything. I ain't gonna lie, the regime is everything. Your regular regimens, habits, good or bad, is everything. I do, if y'all don't mind, if y'all ain't got enough to say.
No, you good.
You started it. What I'm about to go into, you started it. It ain't bad, cause why you reacting like that?
No, usually when somebody starts a sentence with Keion started, it's usually bad.
Yeah,
I'm preparing for the worst right now.
Nah, it ain't bad. When the self discipline point came around to you, you mentioned self love as being like the basis and the key to being self disciplined. And as we all spoke, I found kind of a common thread in what we all said as far as that goes. One, the importance of the word self. One, not from a selfish or like one person type of perception of self, but self, I thought individual, which brought me over to the topic of authenticity, which is one of the topics that we had on there. So that's what I meant as a segue. It's hard to get into self-discipline, self-love, and all of this stuff when nobody is really themselves. It's not a lot of selves out here.
Yeah.
Niggas want to be the same, and you can carry that into anything we've mentioned so far. Like everybody wanting to do the same things with their money when they get it. Everybody wanting to live their 20s like they see everybody else doing their 20s. It's not a lot of selves. One thing I'm noticing while we all talking, we all got different walks. We all had different pathways, different head spaces and mindsets and thought processes when it came to what we was going through coming into our adulthood. I heard that from all of us. Selves. We are all different selves, but it ain't a lot of different selves, bro. Like, what I just said about everybody getting their first 10 G's and doing the same things with it, like there's literally a group of individuals out here who seen one or two niggas buy a $3,000 pair of Cartiers and decided, like, I'm gonna walk around looking like him.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say it's just the city, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like, women look the same, niggas look the same. You walk into a popular spot in the city, you can see 15 niggas wearing the same glasses. You can see 20, 30 people wearing the same pairs of shoes as other people. I don't know. It's cool to them. When they go to these spots, Prime and all of these other spots, and you see what they wearing, like you see the pictures, you see the videos, you see 1,000 people in the video. You look on the ground, it's going to be like 50 pairs of feet. And they got the same shoe on it.
Yeah.
When the new Jordans drop,
everybody love
you
them
go
Jordans.
through anywhere. You go through Walmart, you go through Woodman's, you go through Mayfair, name a place. When the new Jordans drop, if you got them Jordans on, walk through the store, you can see 10 people at any given time and be like, we twins. Like the importance of self, individuality, authenticity, being something of your own that came from you, your own essence, something you had to go find, something you had to dig into yourself and go through some shit to get to. It's not really a thing anymore. Like it's diminishing as we speak. Like it's going away. So when we talk self-love, when we talk self-discipline, these people don't even got self. They have what I seen in just becoming that.
And I'm gonna challenge that. From the outside looking in, I feel like they are all like each other because they're trying to find self. So again, they think maybe if I got Cartiers like him, I'm gonna love myself better. I feel like I'm gonna look good and get the same things for them. So I feel like in search for themselves, they get the copying other people, which is not okay. It's still not okay. But again, when they see new Jordans drop, and I know everybody figure them. Let me be a part of that to make myself think I'm feel good.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bigger emphasis on. I don't feel like because I think what you're saying is true, but I don't think they're aware of that.
Yeah, and they're not. Yeah.
I don't think that's. I'm focused when I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm talking about intention.
Okay.
I don't think they're intentionally trying to find themselves in that.
Okay.
I don't think they're intentionally looking for a way to love themselves when they do that. I think the thought that go through their head, oh, that's fire right now. That shit busting right now. Everybody got that right now. You ain't nobody if you ain't got this. You ain't nobody if you ain't wearing that. Yeah. You ain't putting that shit on if you ain't got this as a part of it. If this name ain't on you at some point throughout the week, if your shit don't say this designer, your outfit ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. That's what go through these niggas' heads for real. Yeah. These niggas ain't thinking throughout the day, oh, I don't love myself. Let me go buy some Cartiers because dude look like he love himself. That ain't their thought process. Yeah. That's part of what it is, though, because a nigga don't know who they are. A nigga don't know why they even chasing what they chasing. Besides some, I seen Meek had that shit on. Who do they idolize as far as dress? Kanye. They still talk about him as far as
and Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi had on them. This person had on them Dolces. This person had on them McQueens. They had on them whatever the hell them people. That shit is too much.
Yeah.
That's what their intention is going into this shit. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right. These people don't have. It goes back to what I'm saying. The self isn't there. The self-worth, the self-love, them feeling like they worthy of something. Like finding your differences and finding who you are as an individual. It's not at the forefront for them. The forefront is, let me get as close as I can to looking significant to all these other people who look the same as each other. Like I don't. It's weird how many clones we got and how many people want to be that.
Yeah, and I was about to say Keith and D. Because like that, like it irritates me when certain trends and certain things were like, bro, I'm the whole complete opposite, bro. If they all wearing blue, I'm for wear red. Like, no gang. No gang affiliation. Whoa, wait a minute.
That was a horrible reference.
Going
Hey,
on.
they all
You
wearing.
could have said black and white.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Blue and red,
Red and
blue and
blue.
red just
Yeah.
first
Going
thing
right
that
to the Crips and Bloods.
Hey, I'm gonna become
You
a
got
blood.
Compton's finest right here, you know.
But just in the sense of like, I just always, well, not just to do it on purpose, just to get the opposite of other people, but I'm gonna wear whatever I like.
Yeah,
Like, it don't
Keion
matter.
always been an against the grain person. Yeah.
Yeah, and like even with watching, like I'm gonna watch who I like.
You get made
players
fun of
I
for that.
like.
People done told me, bro, you be trying so hard to be
I
different.
mean, that's why Keion the most controversial person a lot of times.
Yeah.
Man, you be saying that about me.
Yeah,
But people
same way. Yeah.
people have told me that, bro. You trying too hard to be different. Bro, shut your, I want to be the same ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one, I'm being me. I found me. I know who I am.
Right.
But let's say what you saying is true. I'm trying very hard to be different. So what the fuck should I be saying to you about you wanting to be like everybody else?
Right.
Yeah. And then they stop talking when they see, oh, it's really you. Like again, one of my biggest arguments is like, again, the guys I used to like Julius Randle's one of my favorite players. Everyone hate Julius Randle. But when they see I really be watching dude and really be knowing his stats and stuff,
Yeah,
like
it's not a facade. That
yeah.
niggas are saying like, no,
Yeah.
he ain't faking. And the nigga come around, he be like, no, you just doing that to be hating on whoever he playing
Yeah.
against.
Yeah.
And then one of your friends that know you be
Yeah.
like, nah, that's really him.
Yeah,
Like-
just like with your food
Yeah.
choices, like
Yeah.
bro, when you first brought that up, like, oh, dog, is a hard dude to
Yeah.
please. And then
Yeah,
as like
tough critic.
as we started getting more situations, I'm like, oh, that's really dude. All right,
Yeah. He said that's really him.
Yeah, it's really him. So
Himmy Butler looking at.
Yeah, because you can't fake for long.
yeah,
So you could try to think I'm faking or acting like I'm trying to be
Yeah.
different or trying too
Yeah, but
hard to
when
be
you see,
different.
yeah, that
But once you see
consistency.
how I move about in general, in every aspect, it's not really too many ways you can compare me to the 40 people I could probably compare you to.
Right.
So
And then
yeah, you come to find out, yeah, that's really who I am.
And then the
Yeah.
craziest thing, that started attracting people to want to be like you.
Yeah.
So like even with me, like I started early with being one of the only guys in the gym. I used to hear all the jokes. Oh, dude, muscle man, dog buff, this and that. Now people hitting me up trying to go to the gym. People ask me
What's
what
your
I'm eating,
routine?
what
What's your
I'm doing.
routine?
Yeah. So like seeing my routine, want to do the same
Yeah.
things. Like people see I don't eat certain things. They people I watch on teams I like. So
yeah, no pork.
no pork. Yeah, exactly. Like no pork. Like everyone
Now
started
that's
like
more popular than it's ever been.
yeah,
you know?
bro. I'm like, when
Yeah.
did everybody stop eating pork? When did
Yeah.
everybody start doing Ramadan?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Niggas
it's
don't know
just-
nothing about a Muslim talking about Ramadan.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, that's the trendy.
that's
That's to
weird.
your point. That's
It's
one of the
getting
most
trendy.
trendy
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's the trend.
it's getting
Exactly,
trendy.
yeah.
They see cool niggas do Ramadan. Don't even be thinking about the fact that they Muslim. They seen Kyrie talk about Ramadan in his NBA interviews that one year, and
Yeah.
Now
and in the last year when he was doing it, playing it, and now that when you playing the game while on Ramadan.
I'm doing Ramadan this year.
Yeah, but if you would have never said it, then
Yeah. Even the celebrities that's becoming Muslim now, everyone want to become Muslim. With Lil Durk, Devin Haney, Nick Cannon. I feel like there's a lot more other people.
They don't even be knowing nothing about nothing. Kevin Gates wasn't on that when he came.
Kevin Gates, Brittany Rayner. Like when they start seeing that, people like, oh, let's start doing that. I like the way hijab looks. Let's start wearing that. Like, bro, you don't even know the meaning behind these things, and you just copying it because of a trend.
Yeah, just copying a trend. Something I wanted to touch on about authentic. Being authentic is my career in sales. It's taught me a lot about being authentic. When I first started sales, it was kind of like one of the first things that you learn is like everybody sell different. You know what I mean? Everybody, you in this facility with this group of men. All my coworkers, we got the same job, but everybody's process is relatively the same, but everybody does it in a different way. So you gotta find your lane and find how you like to sell. How do you like to talk to people and things like that. And one of the biggest things for me, I can say that it kind of just really, really flipped them. Yeah, really clicked. Was really just being myself. Like genuinely, some people have their sales voice. Hey, how's it going? You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I was selling cars, I had that same that you had to have that same little moment with yourself.
Yeah.
Like I had a thing. I had a thing with myself where I said I wasn't gonna lie to nobody to sell.
Yeah.
Because in car sales, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing in car sales.
Yeah,
And
like,
a lot,
hey, yeah,
and a
we
lot
got,
of the vets,
everything's
a lot
included.
of the vets cap to the end.
Yeah.
Cap all the way to the end. And I told myself like I'm not gonna be lying to people who sell the cars.
Right.
If this car messed up, I'm gonna tell them this car messed up. Like.
Man, Kias
But
ain't
the
never been
oldies,
stolen.
the oldies don't care. the old guys in dealership,
Yeah.
Lord, they lost so much, and they sell the most cars for real.
Yeah,
most
no,
times.
and that'd
The
be one of
liars
the
most
things.
times leading.
Yep, that'd be one of the things you look at them like, oh, no, I don't really agree with what they're doing, but they in the top. But one of the things for me, it was just like being super authentic, being myself. When you are faking, people start to know.
Yeah.
People notice. People notice the fake.
Like I just said, you can't fake the whole time.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You can't fake the whole time.
You can't keep it.
So you wanna be yourself. You wanna be more authentic, and people appreciate that. Because at the end of the day, all humans want to do is have a genuine human interaction with another person. You know what I mean? Feel like I'm talking to a human, not the AI or the robot. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So in my journey, as I'm growing, it's like I've learned to appreciate who I am. Who I am as a person, and kind of have that because I'm a deep thinker. And something that I've been thinking about lately is being younger and getting into like the working field and stuff like that and becoming a young man is that not everybody's gonna like you. You know what I mean? Women and children to me is the only things that are loved unconditionally. You know what I mean? So as a man, you're loved conditionally. You know what I mean? Some people gonna love you, some people gonna hate you. And growing up is kind of weird because you're a kid. It's like everybody loves you. You're a kid. You know what I mean? Oh, look at the little, 12-year-old, 11-year-old. Then you start becoming
People love
older.
Kids to the end of the earth.
Yeah,
Kid could damn near kill you.
And
Still
you
gonna
start to
love 'em.
become older, and you're like, okay, some people don't like me, so you kind of got to deal with that. You got to deal with that harsh reality of like, okay, some people not gonna like me
for
who
no
I am.
reason
right?
sometimes.
Exactly. Some people don't like nobody. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be
I
mad
don't
at
like
that.
too many people.
Right. Yeah. But that's real though. That's real, and that's who you are. So just having that courage of being disliked and just being yourself, authentically yourself, is super, super important.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Yeah, and that's one of the best parts about it too, to where I feel like that's why even I like this group right here. You know what I'm saying? Even now that we got our boy D here, is because it's like we all similar minded people, but we all different people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how even just I know we all basketball fans. that's the best identity for championships. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to know their role. If everybody trying to be the same, I want to be the shooter. I want to be the
common goal, different roles.
All right.
You
I
can't
want to be the
even win
LeBron
like
of the team. You know what I mean? Like, can't
Yeah.
everybody be LeBron? Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need Austin Reeves. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
facts. You gotta have them players to where it's like, and then also too, you gotta be able to understand like everybody's superpowers is different. You know what I'm saying? Like just like with Jordan, you know what I'm saying? At one point he punched Steve Kerr in the mouth, but then he was like, well, I'm gonna let the nigga shoot the shot, and then look, that was the one. You know what I'm saying? Got a chip off of that because you trusted your team versus like. Because it could be the reverse to where it's like some people also used to be in the star, like kind of y'all said in sales. Oh no, hold on, chill out. Let me, because I've heard that too in sales. It get real,
It's wicked out there.
wicked with trying to,
really can.
blackmailing and all that stuff and trying to, box out in a negative way. But I had to learn that like a part of that, being authentic and being different is like. Just genuinely being yourself, but then celebrating for somebody who they is. I know you do that a lot, Keion. You be uplifting. Keion, he be like, yeah, man, like, man, he just, you can lift 10, Keion to make the simplest thing,
Oh shit.
Especially if you, bro.
Keion, he'll motivate anybody.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate them niggas.
Do 2 more.
Keion, like, come on, man. Like, man, hey, he said, hey, you do 10, I do 10,
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, Keion, but I had to bring that up is because that's like the mentality, you know what I'm saying? I just use, Keion's a funny guy, but I use it as an example because it's like that's how it's supposed to be. Is like you supposed to be uplifting and not hating, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, especially as men, we already know how that's a culture within itself. So this topic of what we talking about, people can't even do stuff like what we doing now because everybody like, oh, you ain't got the Jordans. That's why growing up, I think me and you resonate on that too. I never wanted Jordans because I'm
people
like,
that see this that's gonna say that.
yeah,
These
like,
niggas mad because they can't put that shit on.
yeah,
There's gonna be a
it's
couple
like-
of them niggas.
Yeah, to where it's like that's corny too. To where I've always looked at
Yeah,
that. Like
that shit
even
weird.
and another thing too, like resonate on how men used to be when we was growing up, middle school time. We was able to peep it then, like when we all went to the same school, so we know them certain group of people.
That's they lifeline.
Yeah, to where it's like now when you look at the world now, some of them people may not even be as relevant as they made it seem at that time because you was looking at them surface level materialistic things that don't really turn out to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like that's why I thank God that we all had that mentality of like really just like being ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the best thing you can do as a man is like be yourself, and that's one thing I kind of personally been reflecting on because I've realized that also translates into like what I was saying earlier, like the woman we go for. You know what I'm saying? And the type of woman you end up with is all based on how well you know yourself. Because a lot of people a lot of men go get the women they think they want, but then when you get older and you learn yourself, like, damn, I was going after these females that was on some other type of time, and then it's like, now that I know myself, I'm like, especially with me being a mature man, what you said, I resonate with you on being a deep thinker because, when you a man of substance, you really need a certain kind of woman too, to where it's like, and that's actually the hardest thing to find, the rarest thing to find, to where it's like a woman that can, a woman that can actually be on your level, especially in today's world. To what Trey was saying, because everybody is going after the easy stuff, the trendy stuff, and the surface level. So it's like it's hard to find men and women of substance, So that's why I feel like conversations like this is so important, and I really hope that a lot of men really take a lot of gems from this one because it take being around men like us. You know what I'm saying? Humbly speaking, it's like this how you get motivated, and you be like, okay, because that's how we was when we was when we was young, when we was young niggas. You know what I'm saying? We was growing up and being around a lot of older people, so you hearing the game from the good ones. So you like, oh, okay, that's how I'm supposed to think. Then it open your mind up to stuff that you might not have a thought of. You know what I'm saying? If you went around these conversations. So, but yeah, man, that's, again, that's like, pretty much my take on that too.
And the one thing, I love about everyone in this room is that, we don't mind waiting our turns, And it's not like we just going to wait our turn and be quiet and mad. Hey, whoever up first, hey!
Kind of like,
hey! So, even, not to change the subject too much, even speaking about uplifting people, hey, shout out my boy Bryson. This is his clothing brand. Hey. Spread the love. I usually don't
hold up the paper, Keion.
I thought they could see it.
Yeah.
Spread the love, dog. Hey, he has a lot of great collection.
So Troy on his camera. Hold on, let him focus.
Here you go. Let me know when you focus.
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 Yep.
Got
Alright.
it.
Yeah, you got to smile bigger in the clip.
Yes, number.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
so,
you go.
So finish with So finish your ad.
So
This
shout,
your ad
hey,
break.
shout out my guy Bryson, dog. With Spread the Love. This is one of the many lines that he's starting. You know, each thing you buy comes with one of these bags. Dog is very creative and talented. I ain't gonna say his age on here, but he's a YN. But but even from
Everybody
just coming
a
from
YN.
this aspect of like trying to business and everything, bro, these are great. These sweatsuits, bro. You got hoodies, sweaters, joggers, bro. I don't usually wear the whole thing together. Like it's either I'm wearing a hoodie and jeans or shorts, or the pants and a normal shirt or a different hoodie. But this I'll rock it together. Great quality. It's probably one of the best hoodies I probably ever done wore. Not just to say because it's my guy, but like, bro, the way it fits, the way it shows off the arm, dog, I ain't gonna say too much. Hold on. But hold on, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just this is great quality, and I love the message behind it, bro. Spread the love from coming a brand online that comes from someone young. Like, bro, usually it's just money on it.
No, this nigga Troy looking me over here. I'm trying to hold it together, bro. I'm trying to stay. That's why I'm facing this way. I'm trying to stay in it.
I'm so like,
what's going on with Troy?
I was good.
That's that burger.
And this nigga got me, bro. Because I just hear him in the background. So I was like, I was good. Then I was like,
confused.
all right.
But it's Troy the culprit.
Hey, that's my thing.
That's
dog.
his favorite animation.
It is,
bro.
bro. Hooping, anything, bro. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, but no.
Dude, spamming emotes. He's
Yeah.
spamming emotes. He a Fortnite character.
God.
Yeah, bro. He done locked all the
Okay, bro,
emotes.
since I was younger, though, that's been my thing.
Man, where can they? What's his Instagram? Where can they find this merch at? This wonderful merchandise.
So right now, I was supposed to know this by heart.
Why you
so-
laughing, bro?
When in doubt, just flex.
When in doubt, hey, hold on.
You know, you
No.
ain't got nothing to say.
You laughing at me or Keion?
I'm laughing at you. It's wonderful merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
You
shout
know,
out
that's
my
how
guy.
they be on YouTube. They say, "Hey, have you ever heard of Bookkeeper? Get 3, buy 3, get now." Yeah, Keion, I've heard about it too.
But shout out my guy Bryson. Right now you can find all his merch on his Instagram, Dreadhead Bryson05. We're gonna have it in the link below. But hey, this is great quality stuff, man. And it's different, bro. It ain't like the same stuff you see a bear on a shirt with money in his mouth. Like, bro, this ain't the same stuff you see, bro. Like
my nigga, what?
I probably
what
didn't
brand
want
is
that
that?
somebody's brand, but everybody's
This
brands be
nigga
looking the
Keion.
same.
Nah,
This is
you-
different.
yeah,
I
nah.
like the message behind it. Like Deairiss probably didn't seen it. Other people with their own local brands, bro, be the same identity that everybody else got. So that's what I really appreciate about this.
Hey, shout out my boy Bryce, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man. And but yeah, this pretty much concludes part 1. You know what I'm saying? So part 2 coming soon. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, and we gonna see y'all on part 2, man.